Good morning.
Morning, ma'am.
How are you? Hello.
Fine.
Fine, ma'am.
Okay. So many of you were absent for last class. What happened? Got confused with the timetable. Hello. I'm asking you. Lydia, what happened to you last day? Lydia,
Yes, ma'am.
what happened? You are not there in the class. Dia was not there in the class, isn't it? Dia, how many classes you missed, Dia?
Yes, ma'am.
How many classes you missed?
21.
Hmm?
1.
One. Okay, anyways, we were taking a very important topic, isn't it? Adul.
Yes, ma'am.
Nah, that was mutable and immutable, the two concepts we were seeing. So what is this mutable? Muhammad Atim?
Ma'am, I was not there.
Why?
Ma'am, I was in my mother's house. No internet. So,
Did you call anyone to check what was the things? No. Wonderful. Achut, what is this mutability and immutability?
Mutable means the values can be changed from the memory. Immutable means the values cannot be changed from memory.
From that memory place where it is saved, from that place we are not able to remove it. Okay, if the value should be removed, then who has to do that? The operating system has to do it, and it will send into some garbage collection. It's called garbage collection. Unused memory spaces will be collected by another app which is available in operating system. So that is, we will say that the unused memory will go to garbage collection. So there is something called garbages in.
Like cache?
Hello?
Is it like cache memory?
No. Garbage collection means it's like recycle bin. Something like recycle bin. So it will go to garbage collection. From the garbage collection, it will be freed. Finally, it will be freed. It will check whether it is whether it is used or not. If it is used, the memory will be going to the garbage collection.
Like after a certain time, if it's not used, it'll be removed.
Yes. When the program executes. So suppose the value we assigned first was 30, then we change the value to 50. So the pointing will be moving from 30 to 50. So 30 not being used. So the 30 will be moved to the garbage collection at the time of execution only. Okay. But the Python as a programmer or the int data type does not have any ability to change the values in place. That should be done by the Python compiler. So mutable and immutable. There are two things. One is mutable data types and immutable data types. So which are the mutable data types? Meghna?
List.
List. That's the main thing. Dictionary. The half weight is mutable, the half weight is immutable. Then what about immutable?
Tuples.
Hmm.
And
Tuples, correct? Tuples. Which are the other data types? Remember, Meghna? Only tuples dictionary, you know. What about other data types?
string.
String. Immutable.
strings immutable and list tuple dictionary index
Integers,
then boolean set
float. These are examples of immutable data types. Now we'll see the next heading as explicit and implicit conversion. Write it down. How many of you have still to join the classroom, Google Classroom? Shivani, I think you're not there.
And what Google Classroom?
Yes.
Like,
Google Classroom. Shivani, are you there in the Google Classroom? Hello? Yes or no? Those who are not there in the Google Classroom, you send me a message and join so I will add you to the group so that you can do all your homeworks. Many of them, they have completed their homeworks. I have sent it back with the marks. Isn't it, Gauri? So that you can see the problems in the coding. So if, for example, if it's an output question, then you just write the output answer in the comment box. If it is an output question, I'll be giving you output questions also. So output questions means when you run the program, when you execute the program, what will be the result that will be displayed? That is the meaning of output question. That kind of questions will come for your board examination. Output questions. Okay. Now let's write implicit and explicit conversion. Implicit and explicit conversion. Implicit and explicit conversion. That is the heading. What is the meaning of implicit and explicit in normal English language? Amal Raj.
I don't know.
I'm not asking about Python language. What is implicit? Implicit, explicit. Search in Google now and tell me what's the meaning. Implicit, explicit. Implicit opposite is explicit. Grishma, Alvin, Ashwin, and Joe Muhammad Adim, turn on your camera.
not plainly expressed in implicit. Show that in the thing.
Implicit. What about explicit?
It will be shown properly, I guess.
Some other meaning? Any other meaning? Implicit.
Implicit is not stated directly.
Directly, yes.
It's
The other one, explicitly, means
directly.
here the meaning is that implicit means already it is there. Explicit means you are telling to do something. So expressing explicitly. Implicitly, here implicit and explicit conversion means. I told you when you write 3 plus 4.3, 3 plus 4.3. The answer, you know that the answer is 7.3. So what is the data type of 3, Ideal? Data type of 3.
Integer.
Integer. Data type of 4.3.
Float.
Float. So when you add an integer data type and a floating point, what will be the result?
Float.
Float. So how it is possible? Because that was an int, this was an float, but finally we got the result. Did you do anything to change the data type? No,
Just added
you
it.
just added. So automatically Python changing the data type to float. That type of conversion is called as implicit conversion. That is done internally by a Python compiler. Okay, that is called implicit. So automatic conversion done by Python internally, it is called as implicit conversion. Hope you understood.
Yes, ma'am.
So what it did is actually int and float. We have given 3 plus 4.3. So it changed 3 also to float. So float and float added and we got a result as float.
Ma'am,
So it is changing all the operand to one data type so that the operations can be done properly.
ma'am, can
Yes.
you give the definition again?
Definition is automatic conversion done by Python on certain data types during the operation is called as implicit conversion. Automatic, and it's called as implicit conversion. And the another conversion is explicit conversion. So what can be explicit conversion? What can be explicit conversion?
Like we have to change it. Python won't.
Yes, we have to change it by, we are forcing the operand to change its data type. We are telling them to change to this data type. So int, you are telling int to change to float now itself. So it is forced to change to float data type.
Will they round it off? Will they round it off? Like if it's float like 4.3, will they make it like 4?
Yes. If we are changing float to int, so it is, we are forcing. So int should not contain any decimal part. So we are changing float to int. That means the final value will get us 4 only. There is no 4.3 because we converted into int. So forcing, it is another name of explicit conversion is type casting. What it is called? Type casting, TYP, TE, type casting. That is, you can see in Facebook, Instagram and all, the casting call. So what is the meaning of this casting call?
Like casting.
Casting call. So if
I know
you want
screen casting, like what's on your screen, you can cast your device.
no, I'm just telling about the acting. You have to show your acting skills. So we'll get
Cast, I guess.
casting. So we'll get a few advertisement in Facebook or Instagram so that you can go and show your skills of acting. So why it is called typecasting? Because we are forcefully, we are changed to some other person. We are behaving like some other person, but isn't it? Hiding your identity and you are changed to some other person. The same way here, explicit conversion is also
Like-
called as type.
Explicit content. Yeah.
Explicit conversion is also called as
Typecast.
typecasting.
Yeah, typecasting.
So Ashwin, tell me what is typecasting? Unmute.
Ma'am, in social media.
Social media.
For other name of explicit.
Then what is explicit? Another name of typecasting.
Ma'am,
Huh?
cannot automatically be converted by Python.
So who is not
So we have
automatically
to do
converted?
forcefully changing.
Forcefully changing the data type of one variable to
Another.
another data type is called as typecasting of explicit conversion. Still 24 even after sending the message in the group. To whom I will ask. Boys are there, I think girls are less. Grishma, tell me what is explicit conversion?
Forcefully changing the data type of a variable into another data type.
Yes, very good. So it is called typecasting. So we'll see how to do explicit conversion. Implicit conversion you know already. So for conversion, we are using, so already we use this conversion thing in the program. Can anyone say it? We have already done this explicit conversion while we were doing programs. We did only 2-3 programs.
Explicit content or what do you?
Explicit conversion. Yeah, I think Lydia is ready. Lydia? So I'll give you a clue. The answer is there in the question. Write a program to add 2 numbers. Amal Raj. Planning to say something? No. Okay. See, the conversion is happening like a is equal to 3. So you know that a is an integer variable. Any doubt in this?
No.
No. If you want to convert this into a floating point variable, then you can write a statement float in bracket a. So what you have to do? We have to write, this is called a function float. So to which data type you want to convert, that data type name you have to specify, and inside the bracket you have to specify the source. So float a means here, float variable name. Yes, variable name you have to specify. So what will be the output?
It will convert the integer to a float.
So your answer will be, if you write this as in print statement, you will get the answer as 3.0. This is, yes.
In the print statement, we should simply give print and a or plain float a.
That's up to you. If you want to convert into float, you write print float in bracket a. Or if you want to save it in some another variable, you can write b is equal to float in bracket a and print b.
Ma'am, if the float is something like 6.5,
Yes.
okay, we converted that into an integer.
Okay.
So we'll round off and say a whole number.
Yes.
Then can we convert that? Like,
no rounding, no rounding. I'll
no rounding.
show you. C is equal to 3.14. Okay. Print in bracket end of C. The answer will be Answer will be 3 only.
3.
3.
It will be cutting the decimal parts. There is no
I'm
rounding,
asking,
nothing.
I mean, like, after they cut, right? Can you make it back to float and get 3.14? That's what I'm asking. Does that work?
No,
So
because
it'll become 3.0, right?
yes. No, it will become, yes, 3.0.
So the one.
So here in the memory, first C was pointing to 3.14, okay? Then we converted into print int C. So what happened?
3.
So the place, the direction changed. So finally this 3.14 will go to the garbage collection. Okay, because it is unused memory when you run the program. Only
Take it
during
back
the...
from the garbage like we do in recycle bin.
No. That is done internally by Python.
It
That
works
we
like
don't know. No, we don't know how this mechanism is working. That is internally done by Python. That you can't take it back.
So we won't have access to their garbage thing.
No.
Like,
Garbage collection, no access. You can access the memory, but the garbage collection is controlled by the, actually it's controlled by the operating system. Operating system, and yes.
So even if it is 6.99, when we convert to integer, it will be 6.
6. Okay, it will be 6 only.
just removes the thing from the point. Like that's not the.
Yes, that's all.
Like if it's 6.99, no rounding off, just 6.
No rounding off. So now the question I'm asking again, where you have done this conversion, when you did this program, add 2 numbers. Not getting any idea. Have you seen this int in bracket somewhere?
Yes, ma'am.
Where it is?
I'm in the starting we did.
Int in bracket input enter the number that is when you write print in bracket input in bracket enter the number, the meaning is that it is getting the number in the form of string. For example, n1 is equal to input in bracket enter the number. Even though you are entering a number at the execution time, but it is getting the value in the form of string. So you want to make it as integer. So you are forcefully changing the string to an integer. That is why you are giving another statement, int in bracket input.
So if you don't make it int, it doesn't work. Like the formula we're putting,
it won't add. It won't add.
Or will it work? Okay.
It won't add. If you add 2 strings, what you will get? If you add 2 strings, what you will get? You will get a joined string. If you add 3 and 4 without writing the thing, you will get 3, 4 as answer.
It will be like hi plus by like that stuff, right?
Yes.
There'll be nothing, just the plus thing is adding it.
No, it will be joined. Hi, then by. Joined.
No gap or together?
No gap. If you are putting some space, then you will get gap.
Okay.
Or if you are putting at /t, tab space, then 4 spaces, then the next value will be displayed. So what was the statement? N1 is equal to int C. So it's a conversion. Int in bracket. Int input in bracket. Input is another function. Input. Enter NR1. This bracket is for this input function, and this bracket we close for int function. So int function we are using to convert the string to an integer. Okay, is that clear? Implicit and explicit?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt on this? And how many of you played the game that I have sent to you, the AI game?
I couldn't play because my computer was updating.
Okay, what were others? Atul?
No, ma'am.
No. How many of you are playing this Free Fire something, Free Fire game?
Not a fan of Free Fire, ma'am.
So nobody is playing any games. Wonderful, very good.
I played the game that you sent me.
So I will be sending you 2 more games. That was a stone, paper, scissors game. So I sent you not only to just to play this game, that is an artificial intelligence application program game. Okay.
Is it made by Python? Like by some...
And one main content of artificial intelligence is Python. So CBSE will be introducing AI in 9th standard this year onwards. So the first module is, of course, the introduction of this AI. The second module is Python. Without Python, we can't do any robotic programming. So all the robots, all the Google Assistants, or all the Windows, Cortana, everything, it is created using this Python plus some additional things.
So Python is kind of like an interface between us and the thing.
Yes. Python can be an interface, or you can do any internal level programming. That is why if you search applications of Python in Google, you will get many things like gaming, of course. Games can be developed. Then robotics, weather forecasting.
Is there like the other thing, like not only Python, anything else? Like Python? Like
Not only Python. Python is Python is not only the single language that is used, but one major component of robotics programming is Python. So the base you are studying in +1 and +2. Then have you heard about IoT, Internet of Things? Vithur. IoT. As a computer student, you should know all these latest technologies.
I've heard of IoT, but I don't know what it is.
Anyone heard about IoT?
Yes.
Who said yes? Muhammad Irfan is coming now. Huh? Someone take a screenshot of this and send to me. Those who are using laptop, take a screenshot. Or take a photo of your screen. In laptop, you can see all the 28, 30 participants, right? The photo of that and send to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Just after this class. Because I just want to know why many are absent in my class. There's only one window, right? Shivani is here. Shivani. Go on. Okay. So IoT full form is Internet of Things. Internet of Things. That means we can automate our house using this. You can see many places, you can see the advertisement, data analyst or data science, many things. So nowadays in BTech, long before, till last year, there was only computer science for engineering, just computer science for engineering as an engineering degree, BTech computer science. Nowadays it is, specialization is we can take IoT, we can take data science. That means everything, everywhere, this IoT means Internet of Things, Internet of Things. That is, you can control your entire home devices using your mobile, or you just say to your assistant device, like
Google, Alexa and stuff.
yes,
You can
Alexa,
turn
like
on your AC and stuff.
yes, turn on my PC. Just say the command, so automatically PC is on. But PC should be a smart PC that is IoT enabled. Then you will get a chip.
But you can add, ma'am, but you can add a dongle to it, so it can be connected.
Yes, separately you can add Google Chromecast or something like that. You can add, but if you nowadays all the TVs you are getting smart TVs with the Google Assistant integrated or the Cortana integrated, so that you can control by just saying the command, turn on my TV, change the channel to 33, change the channel to
We'd be like
videos.
too lazy right now if you can do that.
So you can do anything like that. Okay, you can control, you can even put alarm, you can send messages, you can play the quiz games, you can ask anything to Google, so you'll get the answer. Google or that assistant device. So everything is done by using this AA language. It is just a form of a small robot. Okay. Hope you understood what is this IoT, Internet of Things. So what I'm trying to say is this Python is very, 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 very important. So if you are an expert in Python language, you can make definitely, if you are interested in computer science, this language, and if you want to continue with computer science after +2, then lots of opportunities are there for you. Okay, but Python is a compulsory language. That's why they changed C++ to Python. So today I'll give you another homework that you will get in your Google Classroom. If you are not there in that group, send me a message, I'll add you.
I'll send you to WhatsApp because my computer is not letting me send.
Okay, okay. You can download a Google Classroom app if you are using a mobile, or you can directly take a Google Classroom like how you take your Google Drive. Okay. Then that's all for today. Any doubt on this?
No, ma'am.
Programs, Grishma, Hana, Dia, girls are all silent. Even boys, Ashwin, Vithur, Amal, Raj, Ashish. Ashish, did you do the homework? Yesterday's, day before yesterday's? I'm asking you, Ashish.
Ma'am, I cannot open the window.
Why? Did you download Classroom app?
Yes.
Then send me a screenshot of what is the message you are getting when you try to. You can't leave from Google Classroom.
No, ma'am, I have 2 accounts in that Google account.
2 accounts. So you have to sign out from your Gmail, I guess, or make that phone only for that one particular account. Somewhere it is by default this Gmail account is enabled. That is why you are entering into 2 accounts. So sign out from all the other accounts from everywhere and sign into a single account. So we'll have only that. Okay, hope you understood. You can't leave it automatically. It will be logged in so that you will get all the notifications of the updations. Okay.
No, ma'am, first I entered in with my mother's account by mistake. Now I can't leave from there, and I added my account also. So
you can sign up from Gmail. Maybe your mom's account is already signed in Gmail. You added the account maybe. So sign out from that first, Gmail. Okay. Then try to sign in again. Hope it works. Then mutable, immutable, I hope it's just clear to you. Yes or no? Boys, just keep quiet. Girls, speak out. Hana, Dia, Lydia. And when you send the homework, Okay, indentation is very, very important. You have half-yearly examinations coming. So the next class I'll be taking a new topic so that we can have some programs in your, I can add some programs in your question paper. So the indentation is very, very important. Even your program is correct, the coding is correct, but the indentation is wrong, your mark will be 0. I'll be giving you 0. Okay. So most probably you will get 2 marks for each program. So indentation is very, very important. Till now the indentation is same. That means you can have in the same level you can write all your programming statements. But the next class I'll be taking a new topic, so the indentation changes. So if the indentation is changed, that means the program is different. So you can't change the indentation. The level you have to keep always. Okay. So see you in the next class. Send me a screenshot, someone. Okay, so that I can report. Okay.
Already
That's
sent
all.
one.
Okay then. Bye.
I've sent it.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.